Item 13, Assembly Bill 1209, a Green Means Go grant and loan program is presented by our city manager, Mr. Dave Vaughn.
Mr. Mayor, I'm going to invite Mr. Moody to the podium to talk about the details of the efforts that have been going on between us and the Sacramento Area Council of Governments staff, as well as recognize that Councilmember Harris is also a SACOG director, and he can speak a little bit to the efforts and focus on this particular support bill that's going to focus on infrastructure and infill needs within our region.
All right, so good evening. I'll try my best. There's a lot of acronyms and terms in here, and how I simplify it. But basically, the Green Means Go is a pilot program initiated from SACOG, our regional metropolitan planning organization. It's a way to funnel state and federal money into our region. And so through the Green Means Go program, it really was an initiative to meet state regulations that are coming down regarding reducing greenhouse gases. And so the state has set this limit that says, hey, you need to reduce emissions by 18%. And what SACOG has done is they've jumped out and said, hey, we're going to do this Green Means Go pilot program. We're going to strategically focus where the funding goes for infill development and how to electrify trips in order to meet this state goal. But with that state, we want you to be a partner and give us money to help bring money to the region. And so with this, our Assembly members have proposed a bill that will basically, they're requesting that funds, the funding comes into this Green Means Go program. And so, but it really is, it's kind of California leading us with a carrot. And it's really, hey, here's the state regulations, and if you want funding, we need to start meeting some of these requirements. And so with that, our Assembly members are requesting funding to come into this program and then allow us regionally to then focus how we use that money. And so they're asking for, I believe there's 23 agencies that have set up green zones, is what they're calling them, and what you'll see come before you in the next couple months is basically staff's recommendation on how we set up our green zones. Then we'll leverage that for infill development and these funds that are going to come through California into our region, and then hopefully help build homes. So I'm sure Councilmember Harris could add to that, but that's kind of what it is. And so they're looking for our support to bring the funding into the region.
Well, that last sentence sums it up perfectly. Yeah, and you did a good job. And everything Ben said was absolutely true. The intent of the program, of course, is to manage all the money that comes into SACOG, the federal money. A lot of money that just dispersed out all to municipalities in the region. But now we want the state to step in and help us. And we've had Senator McCarthy's been kind enough to author this bill, 1209. That will get more money into the program. We are working on establishing green zones here in Yuba City. The intent of the program, as stated well by Ben, was infill development, but also that needs to be supported by infrastructure. But infill development also gets people closer to town centers and centers of where people work and live and play. That will, the intent there is to get people out of their cars, get them more on the bike paths or on the sidewalks or the walking areas. Not only do they provide an enhanced sense of community, but it also reduces the greenhouse gas emissions. So there's multiple layers of benefit to the program. You're going to reduce blight if you can fill in some of these vacant lots or rehab different building areas. Again, reduce GHG and basically an overall good community benefit. But we do have a problem with sometimes our infrastructure is lagging because it's so dated. And so we could definitely benefit in that area alone, among many of the others, from this program. So I, of course, will be voting in favor.
All right. Back, any questions for Mr. Moody or Councilperson Harris?
Through the mayor, I just want to say that Councilman Harris and Mr. Moody, I think that the project is right on track to the discussion that the Richland Housing was talking about, some of the same structural designs and environmental work that is helping to reduce some of the greenhouse, or excuse me, reduce the emissions. Well done. I think this is a good legislation to support, and I fully support it as well, Councilman Harris.
I just have one question. Will this bring the motorized scooters to downtown?
It will help.
Coming
They're
soon.
electric.
It will help, but you will probably see a lot of grant funding opportunities for anything and everything that aids infrastructure for infill and for those electrified reduced trips.
Through the mayor.
Yes, sir.
If I can counter that, can I still drive my big diesel truck through downtown?
Yeah,
But you can't park it anywhere.
can't park it there.
Just can't park it there.
You can drive on around by.
Up on the sidewalk.
Yeah. All right, any comments from the public? Any comments coming through the electronic world?
No public comment.
All right, back to the council.
I have my glasses. I can't read the whole thing, but I would just move to approve recommendation. We support the bill.
Second.
All right, have a motion by Councilperson Harris, a second by Councilperson Espindola on item number 13. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Harris,
Aye.
Councilmember Espindola,
Yes.
Councilmember Kirchner. Yes. Vice Mayor Shaw,
Aye.
Mayor Boomgarden.
Aye, that passes unanimously as well.